Good evening, everyone. My name is Paula, and I'm going to be the co-host and tech support for this evening. So welcome to the Dhammadharini Tuesday program. So this evening, I am so delighted to introduce Venerable Bhikkhuni Ariyasanghamitta from Malaysia. She entered Buddhist monastic life at 13 years old. She has a master's in philosophy in Pali and Buddhist studies, with a master's in Buddhist counseling and degrees from Myanmar, Sri Lanka, and Thailand. She speaks 6 languages and has worked as a Buddhist lecturer in Myanmar. Her bhikkhu preceptor is the Sri Lankan chief monk of Malaysia, and her bhikkhuni preceptor is the president of the Indonesian Theravada Bhikkhuni Sangha. She is a Bodh Gaya ordination sister of Venerable Bhikkhuni Vandana from India, who just returned to us from the Sakudita conference in Malaysia. Since her higher ordination as a bhikkhuni, Venerable Sanghamita has set aside her PhD in progress, focusing on intensive vipassana practice. She has come to the US to join Dhammadharini for the 2025 Vassa for our Bhikkhuni Vinaya studies in theory and practice. So welcome, Venerable Bhikkhuni Ariyasanghamitta.
Warmest greeting to everyone here. Yeah, nice to see you. Well, this is the first time that I give a Dhamma talk here in Dhammadharini. Besides the previous last week, we talked about relationship, true-hearted friendship, and this week we are talking about the noble practice of generosity from a series of wisdom of the Sangha. So thanks for your joining us from far and from near. So this evening we will continue this Dhamma talk, but before that, we will first have a guided meditation for 45 minutes. Then we can proceed with the Dhamma talk this evening. So seems everyone getting ready. So let's begin by finding a comfortable posture. You can sit upright with a relaxed and alert spine. Please let both your hands rest naturally. So breathing in gently. And breathing out, release the tiredness of the body. Take a gentle breath in. And breathing out. Again, release the tiredness in the body. If there is any thought arise, always come back to the breathing. Now please note the touching point of your buttock on the cushion or on the chair. Is it soft, warm, or is it hot? So noting the feeling at the buttock when you touch the cushion. And you also can release the tiredness through the touching point. Release it out towards the cushion. And come back to your breath. Breathing in gently and breathing out. Release the tiredness. Now try, if you're able, to notice the left side of your buttock on the touching point of the cushion. Is there any pressure? Or tense? Or softness? Now try to move to the right buttock. Feel the sensation. Take what those sensations that clear and strong, and noting them gently. How is the feeling? And if there's any prominent feeling at any part of the body, you can put attention there and look at the feeling and discern, how does it feel? Is it pain or tense or comfort? Or there's any sensation of pulling? touch your mind on that sensation. Discern its characteristic. Gently. At the same time, you still see your breath. If there's no any prominent sensation, you're welcome to come back to your breath and focus on breathing in gently and breathing out. Release the tension and tiredness of the body. You might feel a more comfort in the body as the breath flow in and flow out smoothly and gently without need any efforts. And keep attention there until the bell rings. For another 20 minutes. We have completed the sitting session now. Please bring your awareness back to the body and take a few deep breaths. And when you are ready, please gently open your eyes. We are going to begin with this evening Dhamma discussion session. So you are welcome to carry the lightness of your body and mind with you together into our Dhamma discussion this evening. So welcome again to everyone for joining us. Here we appreciate so much for this evening gathering because it is for the discussion of the Dhamma for our spiritual growth. And I think this also for the well-being of all the beings around us, if we grow in the Dhamma, right? At the end of the session, we welcome your comments or question. And here today, together with me, there is Venerable Bhikkhuni Dhammanusari from Cambodia that I want to introduce to you at my left. Okay. Can you see it? She's a little bit far.
Notice that you have met me a while ago already, so I'm Dhammanusari. Came from
Can everyone hear?
Canada.
Cannot hear. Louder, please.
Yeah, that's
Can.
yeah.
So Aya was saying that I am from Toronto, Canada. Because today I see a little bit far. Okay. So here before we start the Dhamma discussion, so let us recite Namo Tassa for 3 times together. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. So today's topic is about the noble practice of generosity. So firstly, I think it's good to define what does it mean by generosity. I think it can be defined as someone giving without expectation, without thinking about the rewards, right? With a pure mind. Not thinking about being glamour by giving a lot, yeah, with no such kind of intention or agenda, but intention is pure, just to give. And we're also aware that giving is the first parami, the first transcendent perfection out of the 10 in Buddhism. So why it is the first one? We in Pali call it dana, because I think it is the most easy to practice. I do not know about your opinion, but later you can tell me why easy to practice compared to sila and bhavana, compared to keeping the precept and doing meditation. So for giving, generosity, we can do in various ways. So one of them is by giving material, right? Maybe you donate to the poor in material, or you give support to the monastic member, or you do charity. Yeah, those material things. And then the second we can do is psychological support. You spend your time to listen to friends or family members that need help, need someone to listen to. And besides that, I think among all kind of generosity, the highest one in Buddhism, we say is the giving of the Dhamma. The giving of the Dhamma. And why the giving of the Dhamma is so special, is so supreme, that that Buddha give very high praise to. The reason is that because when you teach Dhamma or you have a discussion Dhamma with other people, so what it leads to? It leads to the free of suffering, leads to liberation, right? The ultimate destination. But it always begin with the generosity of giving in materiality. Then slowly we move mentally, and then we share the Dhamma with people. How with the Dhamma we can influence other person, people around us, to make this world a better place to stay. And I think usually people will think about, like, if in terms of saying the gift of the Dhamma, perhaps a monastic member only able to do that. But I do not think so. For example, like householder, like everyone here, online and at the floor, Sister Dhammika, we also can share the Dhamma. In what way can a householder share the Dhamma? The Buddha say, keep the 5 precepts. Keep the 5 precepts. Besides that, live by the Dhamma. How you live your life, how you treat people around you, your family members, your colleague. And how is your inner quality? Are you a trustworthy person? Are you sincere and honest in your action? Do you walk your talk? These are simple things in daily life, right? How people know you and how people impressed by you and influenced by you. You can set, become a good exemplar to people around you that make things change for them, change their life, not only change yours. So this generosity that we can do without spend a penny. But the thing is that every time we listen to Dhamma talk, we read the Pali text, we read the Buddhist text, do we internalize? Do we put it in our daily life? Or we just, for example, like myself, if I study in a Buddhist university like for about 8 years after my ordination as a samaneri, so with those certificates that I get from the Buddhist university, if that's only to pass the exam, but not put into practice, actually those certificates is just like a toilet paper, useless. Because in Buddhism, how we can attain the enlightenment, the nibbana, is through practice. It's not through the study, get graduation, get a certificate of BA, MA, PhD. Not in that case. education, knowledge of Buddhism is important. So we have theoretically knowledge, then we put into practice, then we check ourselves, check with the text. Is it match? Or I overestimate myself? Am I on the right track? That's important to have some knowledge rather than just, practice blindly. Do not know what is Noble Eightfold Path and how every of the stage go. You can check if you do not know. Otherwise, unless you have a experienced teacher in his practice or her practice that can guide you, then you do not need to study the text, perhaps. Yeah. So put into practice is important. It's not only change our own life, but also we change the life people we love, people around us. How we convince people on the Buddha teaching. That's good teaching. It depends on, our character. If we grow in the Dhamma, have we developed beautiful quality? People see easily. No need to say much, actually. There's silence teaching. Okay, when I talk about the giving of the Dhamma, sharing of the Dhamma is the highest. So here I would like to refer to a sutta in the Dhammapada, verse number 354, where there is a 4 question that raised by the Deva in the Tawatimsa. So they were having a meeting, a gathering, then was asking, among all the gifts, which is the best? And among all the tastes in the Tawatimsa, which is the best? Amongst all type of joys and delights, which is the best? And why is that by eradication of the tanha, of the craving, it is said the most excellent. So when they discuss about this, all the devas were talking about this, no one can give the right answer. And then the king of the deva, the Saka, then he decided to bring those deva to see the Buddha and put in front of the Buddha these 4 questions again. And then the Buddha said this: Sabbadanang Dhammadanang jinati, Sabbarasang Dhammo raso jinati, Sabang rating Dhamma-rating jinati, Tanha kayo Sabbadukang jinati. So he say the gift of the Dhamma excel all gifts. So the taste of the Dhamma excel all taste. Delight in the Dhamma excel all delights. And the eradication of craving, that means the attainment of our hardship, overcome all kinds of suffering. And because sharing the Dhamma would lead to the liberation, the end of suffering, end of cycle of rebirth, and because of that, it is considered and regarded as the highest giving, the highest generosity. And then at the end of this discourse, Sakadeva, he asked the Buddha, if this is the case, the Dhamma gift is the most highest gift in the world, and then why not, Buddha? When you have preached the Dhamma, so they must have a lot of merit. Why not your disciple monks and yourself, every time when you preach the Dhamma, why not share the merits with us? So we can gain enormous merits. And because of this request, that the Buddha gathered all the monks and request them to share merits with all these devas. And then later, according to this text, it became the culture in a Buddhist country and also Asian country among the Buddhists. So always when they listen to the Dhamma, they came to the temple, listen to Dhamma. After that, the end of the session, they were asked for sharing the merits with a deva. So in that way, when the deva happy, they will protect you, protect one, walk in Dhamma. Yeah. So that's why we have the culture until today. And I remember in the Keta Desana Sutta, the Buddha said he gave his priority in teaching the Dhamma to the Sangha first, to the monk and to the Bhikkhunis first. There was a Jaina followers who were asking Buddha, so Buddha, why you are like give more attention to your disciple than other group of beings? Because the Buddha say, the monastic member, they spend their whole life, they focus on the practice of the Dhamma, you know. So, and they are the one who put the Dhamma into practice. Then only they're able to teach the people the Dhamma. They are the one, generation by generation of the Sangha, the one who uphold the Dhamma and preach to the people. And then their most potential on the path to attain, because their daily life all abide with the Dhamma. Their Vinaya role, what they do every day after ordained, to practice, not to do householder job, right? So like in Karaniya Metta Sutta, the Buddha was saying, do less the householder thing, focus on the practice. So we should free ourselves from busyness and put more time in the practice. I think there's a purpose of ordain, where you got your all entire time for the practice rather than working and getting livelihood to survive, spend time to earn money. Yeah. I remember, so here, and then the Buddha say, the second priority I give to is the Buddhist householder, my upasika and upasaka. Why? Because they take refuge in me. Because always we say, Buddha saranang gacchami, Dhammang saranang gacchami, Sanghang saranang gacchami. So you take refuge in the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha. That means that you live with the Dhamma. You follow the Dhamma way for your life. But I'm not sure if everyone here live with the Dhamma or live with your own way. We will check later. And do everyone keep the 5 precepts, the basic thing, as generosity? The easiest way to keep the generosity, to have generosity, just keep the 5 precepts. Because by not killing, you are giving life, giving fearless to all the being, and then you're not stealing, then people would not need to worry when you are around, right? You give fearless and no sexual misconduct and not telling lie. You are honest. People have confidence and trust on you. And the last one, no taking drugs or alcohol, drinks. That protect the first four. I think that's a good giving, that you give lives and you protect people from people can take, in a sense of like a refuge. Have no fear when you're around. Can be a good friend. When you're honest, people will not be harmed by you. No sexual misconduct. So you support your family. Mm-hmm. And the third group that Buddha say he give priority to, the last group, is those Brahmin and other wanderers who are not Buddhists, because he thinks that if they could benefit from even a line, a sentence of the Dhamma that he preached, so it will benefit them for a long time. That's why he also teach them upon request. So I think I first stop here, and let us check if our Venerable Bhikkhuni here gets something to share. Yeah, I will give you the. Okay. Yeah, I'll give you a mic.
Sadhu, sadhu, Venerable. It's so great to hear your Dharma speaking today. It's wonderful. You have all already. Actually, I have not have anything much to share, but I'm thinking about what you have said. So it thought of me about what I want to say about on Anguttara Nikaya 5.35. I'm not going to read on all those things, but do you remember it's the Buddha have said too, and you already mentioned on that. There are 5 benefits of giving, and you already mentioned all of those. It's wonderful. So I have make some note on that. It's the 5 of that is a give, a donor is clear, and to the beloved for many people. Good and true person associate with them. You mentioned that. They got a good, well, when you association with all good people, so they got a good reputation. And they don't neglect to the layperson duty. You mentioned all of those. And the one more thing that similar to what you said, it's based on the Buddha said too. When you do all those good things, yes, when we break up our body after death, they reborn in a good place, a heaven realms. That's what I have right. So there are the 5 benefits of the giving. It giving one is love. What we meant is giving one with love, because you show the true true love, your generous give without looking back a return. And also the teaching of the Dhamma as we are Manakans here, we practice, we will learn of Dhamma day by day since Samanera, while I'm not ordained as a small Samanera, but I have experience to see all Samanera and Samanera that they learn. So they learn and humble and practice the Dhamma. So when the Dhamma spread to the body, they're able to spread all the good thing to around them. And well, I think when we talk about this dana, I heard the Venerable have chose the dana, and I would not have enough time to do that. Because, as we live as a Sangha together, we not just eat and sleep. We have a duty to do too. So then I recall there's a few of the Dana Sutta, there's a lot, especially in Iti Buddhaka have a few of them, right? So I think most of us have know about the dana. The key aspect of the dana in the Buddhism is general heart. And Venerable have mentioned too, it's you can give a lots of things. I believe even the time, there's a time. So I remember it's not just about a gift because you have. There's a people that did not have, but they put all their effort in time, their time to give, such as come to help the monastic, like racking a leaf or cutting the grass, which is especially Bhikkhuni cannot do those. So, and some temple in the Asia, they have pond. And the pond small, not a big. So once in a while they have to, I'm not saying a drain, but they try to clear up because the variety in there, it's not like in USA, everything clean. So people, I'm not saying people, like garbage or plastic come fly from the wind, go around the pond. And they're generous to clean up those because they're thinking about the fish or the turtle in the pond. So this is the generous of the dana of them too. Thank you so much, Venerable. Sadhu, sadhu.
Okay, now shall we open up the floor? If anyone would share your opinion or knowledge or any question, how you live your life, I would like to know. I'm interested. Can I have Daniel Shanky, please?
Sure.
You comfort to talk?
Yeah. Sure. Yeah, I
cannot
can.
hear you yet.
Oh,
Moment, yeah.
can you hear me now? Am I good? Or no? Maybe not.
Okay, I can hear you now.
Now you
Good.
can hear me. Okay,
Yeah.
good. Yeah, I could take a risk. I think when you talk about Donna, one of the things that comes to mind too, and I think Ayasovana talked some about it, is how it helps develop non-attachment.
Right,
As
exactly.
you give things away, you learn to be able to let go of things more effectively, which is the most difficult thing. And so I think a lot about that, and not just giving material goods, which
Mm-hmm.
is important, but I also think of um, time, especially to family members or friends who need help. We have friends in our community, and we all take turns watching each other's pets when we go out
Wow.
of town or things.
Wow.
So
Beautiful.
that, for example, even just simple things like that, I think can be pretty effective.
That's a great help. When you travel, no one look after your pets.
It is. It is.
Mm. Thank you, Daniel,
Mhm.
for sharing. How about Sister Karuna?
Yeah, hello,
Did after the
I
share?
yeah, so one of my thoughts just about Dana is, we hear a lot about the progression of our practice into liberation, starting from Dana and moving into Sila and Bhavana. And one thing it's always struck me is people talk about how even as a child, like especially in Buddhist countries, that they're taught Dana before anything else. Like that there are children who like might not even be speaking or walking, but their parents and their families are modeling, like putting rice into alms bowls, like on Kinderpot.
Yes.
And what's powerful to me about that is that that level of wisdom is accessible, like on such a fundamental level that like a child can understand it.
Mm-hmm.
And so like the manifestations are just so meaningful or like so much more valuable for how little it takes to begin. And I think a lot about that line, when the Buddha says, if beings knew the value of giving, you wouldn't even eat like a single meal without offering it to someone else.
Right, exactly.
And I think about that a lot because, obviously we have meals and not all of us offer a bite out of every single one of our meals. And I think if we think about that enough, like, okay, did we eat 3 meals a day or 3 meals today? And did we offer part of it to 3 different people? I did not do that today, right? And it's like, okay, that's like a good opportunity for reflection on, the good that has not been done.
I think you may also accumulate that. Like one day, perhaps you share 3 spoons of rice. And then by the end of the month, when you are free, you can do that because I guess you are on job. You couldn't go out, right? Not have much time to go and share with people. So maybe you can choose
Right.
the day that convenience for you. Keep that in mind. Yeah. Every time when we make a wish in our mind, it works, like if every day I think about, oh, I want to share with others, that thought arises, that already a kusala karma, a wholesome karma. And then after 30 days, this is 30 times, not only one time. Then at the end, you not only one time share, but you 30 times share, the mind rise, the thought arise again and again and again and again. So the forces are strong. Sadhu, sadhu.
Sadhu, sadhu.
I can see here our friends Janaki are here. Welcome, Janaki.
Thank you.
Yeah, can I
Venerable.
see you? I cannot see you.
I don't know. I'm having a look from my
Okay.
phone. Okay,
Okay.
I see. Hang on.
Ayati actually has spoken about Janaki with a lot of appreciation. Why? Because from her time in New Zealand, and more recently, Aya said that Janaki has caring for the medical care of support for the Sangha, and as well as offering on the Dhammadharani. Yeah. Not only, in the past when she was in New Zealand. Yeah, so I say appreciate you very much. And
Thank you so
happy that
much,
today,
Anumodana.
yes, sadhu. And happy that today you can join as you planned.
Yes, because I was out really, and then I came back because I realized that this was going to start. But I can't have the access to the camera, maybe because of my phone.
Never mind. Hope to
Yeah,
see you
next time I
again.
will.
Next
Yeah,
time.
next time I will join with on from my computer.
Yes, because I never meet you before.
Yeah, yeah, sadhu,
Thank
sadhu,
you for
sadhu.
joining. Yeah, sadhu. So now we would like to invite Richard. Richard, please. You are our royal audience. I'll see you all the time.
Thank you.
Good.
Yes. There's 9 classifications of human beings, according to the Buddha. There's the untaught worldling that has wrong view and no parami to speak of. There's the educated worldling that has mundane right view. There's the metta follower who has mundane right view. They're friends of the Dharma, and they begin to give to their friends dana, charity. Then there's the confidence follower. They also have mundane right view, but they have enough confidence that they accept the precepts. It can be 5, it can be 8, it can be 10, if, they get ordained, etc. Then there's the Dharma follower. They have a mundane right view, and they gain patience. So the metta follower, those are, you see the people coming to the temple. Most people come to the temple, they want to give charity. They want to give something to the temple. That's their main practice, coming to the temple, right? Then people become a little more sincere. They start taking on the precepts, right? They want to be kind to all other beings, or if they take on extra precepts, they want to begin to remove themselves, in a sense, from the material world, so to speak. And then the Dharma follower is the one who develops enough patience that he or she, whatever, they like to sit and listen to Dharma, because it takes a lot of patience usually. Like usually the friend followers don't sit so much, to hear the Dharma. They just come to participate in different things and do charity and
All of you
give
are
respect.
patient. 1.5 hours every week.
So the Dharma follower gets to the point of being patient. Okay, but that's still mundane right view. So the Sotapanna attains noble right view and gets virya, like energy. Because of seeing the Dharma for what it is, they develop energy, and they want to really start moving forward through the different steps of the path. The once returner is also noble right view, and that's the people who are very accomplished in attaining jhana, quite easily can attain jhana and prefer jhana to worldly things. That's why the once returner begins to cut down on sensual desire and anger and those things, because their mind is going more to a jhanic mind, and they're beginning to leave sensuality and that kind of stuff behind. The no returner is a further perfection of that. They attain the formless realms, and that's when they leave sensuality and anger and all that completely behind. Now this is a noble attaining Buddhist. There are other yogis and things like that outside that can also attain these things, but they're attaining them for different motives. So it's a little difficult. You can't say that just because someone attains a certain thing that therefore they're at this stage. You have to be in the noble path. You have to have had the vision of the Dharma. And then the Arahant also has noble right view, but they have the perfection of wisdom or understanding. You know, their wisdom and understanding has gone all the way. So, so here I'm listing off 6 paramis, which are what the Mahayana lists, if you're familiar
Right.
with that. Because I have a hypothesis that usually as things develop, more and more things get added. So what I think had happened was originally there were probably there's no list anywhere in any suttas of the Theravada of six paramis. Okay, that's sort of the 10 paramis is a doctrinal thing. They just identify these things and say, okay, these must be qualities that the Buddha was developing and everything. But in my mind, when I saw this pattern, I realized that 6 paramis are probably the fundamental paramis. And when Buddhism diverged, Mahayana took along this idea of 6 paramis because the full 10 hadn't been developed yet. And then they just sort of stuck with the 6 paramis. You know what I mean? Which is a logical hypothesis, not necessarily true, but just a logical hypothesis, because it doesn't make a lot of sense that Mahayana, which adds all kinds of strange things and everything to Buddhism, all kinds of ideas, drop out paramis. You know what I mean? I mean, they should probably add 12 more or something, you know, if you follow the way Mahayana develops or something like that. Anyways, it's just a theory of mine, but sometimes it helps to see in this way because you can actually see how your mind is developing along Buddhism, both mundane right view into noble right view, and ultimately onto attaining arahantship. Anyways, that's my point of view. Thank you for listening.
Sadhu. Richard, I found that you have put a lot of effort in the study of the Buddhist text, no? You are interested, very keen in that. Thanks for your input every time in the discussion. Yeah, I'm happy for that. I can see you now, Janaki. Thank you. So I wish that we have more time to discuss, but since we got like 5 minutes left, the last thing I want to check. May I know, any one of you keep the 5 precept? Or 4 precept? Oh, wow. Almost all of you, no? Good. Happy to know. I saw Daniel Sankey, Richard, Karuna keep 5 precept. Very good. Janaki also, me too. How about Andrew? You too? Really? Good. So, is it a long time already? A few years? Yes, Janaki. Yes, many years. How about Richard? 5 years? 10 years?
No, I've been a Buddhist since I was 22.
Since
So
then,
47 years probably.
you keep the 5
like that,
precept.
40.
Wow,
Yeah,
wow,
probably.
amazing. How
Well,
about Daniel?
I had been a Hindu monk before that, and we had similar type things I was already following and keeping.
I see.
Anyway, so it's
Oh,
kind of morphed into
happy for
Buddhism
that.
from that.
Sadhu. How about Daniel Sankey? How long already you kept?
Not too long, less than a year.
Less than a year, but a
Mhm.
good start. You will keep until the end of the life, forever.
I hope so, yes.
Happy to see that your practice, sincerely, very sincere. I don't expect that. How about Karuna?
I mean, Aya, are you asking if we've kept them unbroken continuously?
No. I'm not a perfectism. It's normal that sometimes, but it's like we acknowledge that and then we improve, like keep it better. Myself the same. How
Okay, so
could
when
like
you
at the beginning would
say,
be like that?
okay, so
How
when
many
you say
years?
how long have we kept 5,
Yes, yes, right.
do you mean like how long have we been a Buddhist, or when was the last time we broke a precept?
See, start from when you have kept the precept. You broken, it's okay. You can, confess, and then you acknowledge that. Then you can, keep it again. It's an everyday thing. Yeah.
Okay.
Or it's so difficult, no?
Well,
You.
I've been a Buddhist my whole life,
Okay. Good
and
that.
so like I've been
No
taught the
problem.
5 precepts like since being a child.
Oh, I see. You're so lucky than me. I
Okay, but
know.
I have broken
Never mind.
some.
It's normal. You are a
Okay.
human being. ah, but the more important thing is that you still keep yourself on the path. Even broken, you can repair, right? Can improve, right? That's why the Buddha give a chance even to the Sangha member, to the monastic, to confess. Like Bhikkhuni have 311 rules, and if you broke any rules, you confess. The minor rule, of course, not the big rule, right? So that's why there's a chance of confess, because want you to improve, give you a chance with compassion. Yeah, but it's not saying that you break any of the 5 rule and then you say, okay, never mind. Today I'm do again. Tonight I will confess. Tomorrow morning I do again. This is not really work. Yeah, so long as you do not have that kind of mind, that's fine. So keep on improving. Yeah, right. Great. Well done. And I'm so happy to see all of you here and looking forward to meet you again for a Dhamma discussion, which is very meaningful and valuable for the growth of our spirituality that would bring happiness, peacefulness, joyfulness, and would influence the people around us, especially those we loved. They, they are so near to us, so close, and they will see everything, see our characteristic, our personality, and the quality in us easily in daily life. So hope that with the growth of our own spirituality, we could bring um, the great impact to people around us to be, more beautiful. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So I hope everyone hold on for another like 3 minutes. I'll pass to Paula to give some um, Paula to give some introduction on the things that she want to say. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Aya. So I'm going to share some announcements. So I'm going to share my screen now. Hopefully, I'm gonna share. Okay. So there are some upcoming special events. This Sunday, July 6th, in person at Aranya Bodhi Hermitage is the Dhamma Day celebration. So the online programs for Sunday will be canceled, but there will be an in-person celebration to invite the Bhikkhuni Sangha into the Vassa. There is an email that is going to hit your inbox about that either tonight or tomorrow morning with more details, and there also will be more details on the website. Our Tuesday program for next Tuesday, July 8th, will be covering sharing and reflections from the Sakyadhita conference that many Sangha members attended in Malaysia. If you didn't attend and if you're just interested in general, it'd be really wonderful to hear the sharing from the International Sangha and the experience that everyone had. And then super important, Wednesday, the weekend of August 9th to 10th, is going to be Dhammadharini's 20th anniversary celebration, and there'll be more information on that forthcoming as well, but please mark your calendars for that. That will be in person. And then volunteer opportunities. So there are so many opportunities to help out. Things like I've done tonight with being tech support or coming to help with weeds, offering meals, offering groceries. There's so many ways to help. So if you have any time and to give, you can check out on the website the volunteer opportunities. And also, all of the teachings are offered freely to support the Sangha. There is a QR code here, and then always on the website, there are all kinds of ways to support. So thank you for your attention, and I'll put it back to Aya for closing. Thank you.
Thank you, Paula. So shall we chant together? May the Buddha teaching live long before we end this gathering. Buddha sasanam chirang titatu. Buddha sasanam chirang titatu. Buddha sasanam chirang titatu. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Take care, everyone. See you next time.
Thank you.